Touch terminals. What a great invention for toys and display sets.
Indeed they are. They allow you to light up a multi-story building while also being able to remove each floor without getting cables tangled up. When you do so, the power goes off, obviously, but when you put it back, all the lights come back on, as if by magic.
Exactly. It gives you the flexibility of being able to open the build-up to see what's inside, while still enjoying the lights when you connect it all back together. I love it. It's so much better than... Oh, what happened here? That's what we're here to talk about.
So, you've got a problem with your FunWhole, hey? Seek a doctor about that. Anyway, so, what's going on?
I found those touch terminals, which are supposed to be amazing, just don't always perform as they should. You see, they're made up of two 1x4 plates. The bottom one contains the sticker terminals placed on a plate with a stud on either edge, while the top one has two prongs on the plates on the side. When the prongs and the sticker meet, the connection is made, the power flows, and let there be light.
So what's the problem?
The problem is that those two plates can't stick to each other, with usually the top one coming off the upper floor, and you end up in the awkward position of holding the upper level, which is still attached by a thin cable to the rest of the build, with one hand, while you try to disconnect the two plates from the rest of the building with the other. These terminals are doing the exact opposite of what they should be doing. Why is this happening? It's those studs on the bottom plate. Somehow, their clutch power is stronger than the 4 studs on the top plate, which should remain attached to the upper level, but aren't.
There's also another problem with some models, the worst we've experienced being the antique store's top floor. If you look at its underside, it's not clear where the top plate should be placed, so you end up wasting time trying to figure out where to put it, then placing it over the rest of the building to see if the connection is made, and then trying again when it isn't.
Well, you could always look at the instructions.
Well, of course you could, but once a building is built, we put the instructions safely away. So we then have to go get them, find the right page, compare it to the real thing. Face it, it's a major pain. These touch terminals are supposed to make things easier, not harder.
That's indeed pretty frustrating, and I think there's an easy solution to that specific problem, Mouse. You can simply attach additional plates on the underside to create an outline of where the upper touch terminal should go.
I think that would certainly make it easier for sure, but wouldn't it be better not to have those plates sticking together in the first place?
Provided those studs don't play a crucial role, like allowing the power to flow more easily, removing them would definitely resolve this issue.
Okay, well, it seems to me that if you got rid of those, there would be no way for those two plates to stick together.
That's what I was thinking. Let's take a look at what happens in the Lego world.
Why? Lego don't do lights.
But third-party companies do, and Light by Bricks have their own touch terminals, as demonstrated by Oliver Goetz, who sent us this illustrative video. Those terminals are much smaller than FunWhole's. Oh, that's because they don't have those studs on either side of the touch terminals. That's right, Gigi. The smaller size means there's no room for those studs. It's just the underside of a plate over a tile. And with no studs there, those two pieces can't accidentally stick together.
That's how a touch terminal should behave.
I have a feeling this might be the best solution, although it would require FunWhole to create a new mold to accommodate the redesign. Even removing the studs from their existing specialized 1x4 plate would involve a new mold, and those kinds of molds ain't cheap to produce.
And they could use that opportunity to do away with the sticker you apply to those pieces and have everything ready to use right out of the box.
However they do it, it's a problem that needs a solution, because not knowing whether you'll be able to remove a section of your build or not is a massive pain and seriously affects your enjoyment of a set you spent money and time on. I certainly hope they're working on fixing the issue. Until then, do let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll speak to you again next time.